Who is hiding behind this mask that we call Israel? Who are the funders of this ideology we call Israel? Slowly, through social media and modern forms of education, are we beginning to see the double standards of the American government? Israel is allowed to have nuclear weapons in the Middle East. But Israel is not a member of NATO. Why? Because through Israel, America can manage the Middle East. And these double standards we're talking about are a blatant insult of sovereignty. Because if America is allowed to have nuclear weapons, why must Iraq not have them? Why must North Korea not have them? Why must Libya or South Africa not have them? You must sign a special treaty with America before you can produce nuclear weapons, or before you can actually improve on your uranium. Even for power, countries must go through stringent processes of how simply to burn uranium and make electricity. And yet you know that 1 kg of uranium is far much more than tons and tons of coal. And yet you talk about green energy on the other side. But here is safer energy. But once you start culturing uranium, the possibility of also making it into nuclear weapons becomes very evident. These double standards of America and NATO, of preferential treatment of Israel over other Middle East and the rest of the governments around the world, is proving very fatal, because the mask is falling off. There is favoritism that the world is now very clear as far as the American policies towards Israel and the American policies towards other states and sovereign countries around the world. What does that mean, therefore? It is that Israel is a mini America.
You ask who is behind the mask called Israel. But the deeper question is, who benefits from that mask staying intact? Because when you study power, you realize nations are not always just nations. They become strategic outposts, extensions of influence, pressure points in regions that matter. Look at the pattern with the United States. Look at how NATO moves. Look at how rules change depending on who is asking for permission. And suddenly you begin to see that this is not just about identity or religion. It is about control of geography, resources, and influence across the Middle East. Because if nuclear power is about security, then why is it that some countries are trusted with it while others are punished for even thinking about it? And why is it that one state is protected outside alliances while still enjoying their benefits, and others must sign treaties just to access energy that could transform their economies? This is where the mask begins to slip, not because of conspiracy, but because of contradiction, where one standard is preached to the world and another is practiced behind closed doors. And in that contradiction, you begin to understand that global politics is not about